Hey guys, so today's episode is all about 3 ways to stop hating on other people and how to turn that negative energy into a positive motivator so you can up your own game and stop sweating other people. I mean, we live in a very, Insta world where you can scroll through someone's feed and it's inevitable. You compare yourself. Like, well, how come I'm not as far along as this person? Or how come that person has this? Well, how come that person has that job or that house or that man, that woman? How come that person is making X amount of money? How come that person is doing this? They're not that cool. They're not this. They're not that. They're, whatever it is. It's the world that we live in. It's a comparison world. And instead of being open and honest and vulnerable about our own insecurities that seeing what other people have brings up in us, it's so much easier just to hate on them and just to sort of, put them down or to, you know, instead of being honest and saying, hey, you know what, I'm kind of jealous, or, seeing these people do all these cool things makes me feel not so great about myself. Instead of being honest about the icky feelings it brings up inside of ourselves, we will hate on that person. Oh, who does she think she is? Oh, she forgot where she came from. I know what really happened behind the scenes. Da, 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 da. So I just wanted to talk about 3 ways to turn that negative energy, those insecurities, into positive motivation to up your own game so you can stop being a hater and start cultivating the life that you actually deserve. So, the first way to do this is to practice gratitude. I don't mean have an attitude of gratitude, I mean actually practice it on a daily basis. Wake up in the morning, say 5 things that you're grateful for. Have a gratitude journal. Write down things that are happening that you're grateful for. Whether they've shown up in your life or not, you could practice radical gratitude, which is one thing I love. I will be grateful for things that I just want to accomplish in my life, whether or not they've actually manifested or not. And it can be even like the small things, like I'm thankful for the air I breathe. I'm thankful for my sight. I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for my friends, my family, a roof over my head. I'm thankful for food. And then it can even be bigger things. Like I'm grateful, for the opportunities I have or whatever it is. Practice gratitude for things that you are grateful for in your life right now, from the tiniest things to your biggest dreams. Just be grateful for them. And also have the expectation of expecting abundance and good things to come into your life. Have the expectation that everything is happening for your greatest good, and that all that comes to pass is for your greatest good, and that everything is working out for you. Have that expectation and practice gratitude. Because if you have gratitude in your heart, in your soul, in your being, then feeling sad or less than or down and out or not good enough cannot exist. So then when you see someone that you perceive to be doing better than you or to have more than you or is getting things that you think they don't deserve or whatever story you're telling yourself about it, you're able to say, hey, let me check myself. I have X, Y, and Z to be grateful for. I am on my path. I am doing my thing. I am so full of gratitude that you no longer feel inferior to someone that you perceive to be doing better than you, because you are full of gratitude for the things that you already have in your life. So you don't have that feeling of lack and less than. So you want to practice gratitude in your daily life so you build up that muscle. You built up that muscle of gratitude and appreciation. So then you're not triggered by seeing other people that you perceived to be doing better or having more or getting things quicker and faster than you. So you have no need to hate because you're full of gratitude. There's no space for it. The second thing you can do is to let the hate motivate you to do better. So instead of letting the hate fester as feeling insecure, letting the hate fester as jealousy, as envy, instead of letting the hate fester as gossip and talking bad about people, instead of letting the hate fester as, feeling bad about yourself and having negative self-talk, let that hate motivate you to up your own game. So if you see that, hey, I'm really triggered by my friends buying houses because I still live in an apartment. If that is something that is triggering you, then up your own game. Figure out, how can I own my own house? How can I get to that level? If you are in a really, really bad relationship and you're not happy with your spouse and you're triggered by people on Facebook posting these like happy couple goals photos or on Instagram or whatever, and it makes you look at the person you're with and just hate the situation, then let that motivate you to know that you actually deserve to be happy and in a healthy relationship, to get out of it, to work on yourself, and then to find the right person. If seeing people post pictures of, their summer bodies, if that triggers you and you want to hate on that person for what they're doing, then let that motivate you to have a healthier lifestyle. I'm not saying have, go off the deep end and try and lose weight or, do unattainable goals. That's not what I mean. Let it motivate you to eat healthier, to drink water, to meditate, to get your body and your mind in alignment, to be the healthiest version of you. So use the things that are triggering you to be jealous and to be hateful of other people. Let that be an indicator of the areas in your own life that you need to up your game in. And, if you see someone, you're triggered by someone who just got promoted at work, you're triggered by someone who just got their master's degree, you're triggered by someone who, started their own business or whatever it is, whatever that someone is doing that is triggering that hate in you, that is an indicator of an area in your own life that you need to look at and examine and work on. So turn that hate into positive motivation to up your own life in those areas. So don't waste your time gossiping. Don't waste your time comparing. Don't waste your time talking crap about somebody else because you are jealous of what they're doing or what you perceive them to be doing. Use that as an indicator of, hey, maybe that's the area in my life that I need to focus on. I need to grow in. I need to work on. I need to up level. And the third way to stop being a hater is to get some perspective. Eyes on your own paper. Just because you see someone and you perceive them as having more, doing better, getting something quicker and faster, having, a better looking spouse, a bigger house, a faster car, a banging body, a thriving career, whatever it is that you're hating on someone about, get a little bit of perspective because you don't know what that person has gone through to get it. You don't know that person's story. You don't know what that person has to go through or that person has to do to get those things. You don't know. Get some perspective. Back in school, it's eyes on your own paper. Don't look at other people's paper. You don't know that other person's story. So keep your eyes on your own paper. And that just means keep your eyes on your own life. Get some perspective. Mind your business. Eyes on your own paper. You don't know other people's journeys. And it's not your place to. It's not your place to judge where somebody else is and then compare yourself to where you're at. Everybody has their own race. Everybody has their own paper to do. Everybody has their own journey. That person's race is their race to run, and your race is your own to run. And when you compare and you look at other people's lives and you make judgments, that just derails you from your own journey. Think about people who are going on a race. If you keep looking back at what other people are doing, you're looking up at what other people are doing, it distracts you. It slows you down. But if you stay focused on what your path is, on what your journey is, on what you're supposed to be doing, then you don't have time to be distracted. And you're going to get to your goals quicker and faster and better than you ever thought you could. But as long as you're looking around and comparing, and you have no perspective on what somebody else has gone through to get to where they are, then you're not going to get to where you are because you're distracted. So there you have it. Those are the 3 ways to stop being a hater and to turn that negative energy into a positive motivator to up your own game.